Welcome to the In Shape Fitness Show. I'm Kim Watkins and I'm your trainer, and today's workout is called the ab sandwich. That's right, it's not really food, but it is an intense cardio workout. On the outside, the bread of your sandwich, if you will, and in the middle, your substance is a bunch of ab work. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start right off the bat with some pretty intense moves. This is a fairly intense workout, so you need to be able to keep up in terms of your aerobic activity, aerobic capability. And we're going to start with a modified burpee, which means it's a walking burpee. But before we start that, let's get you up. Stand up straight. Make sure that you are relaxed with your shoulders. Your shoulders are back. However, your back is straight. Your abs are engaged. Tuck in your tailbone so that your pelvis is fully vertical, and then contract the muscles in your feet. Really just take a couple of deep breaths. We're going to start with this walking burpee, which means you're going to squat all the way down, put your hands on the floor, walk one foot back all the way, then the other to push-up position, then bring your feet back in and up underneath your body, and then contract your glutes, press your heels into the floor, stand all the way up, and repeat. So that's for 30 seconds. Time's going to start now. Go ahead. Make sure you're breathing. Your heart rate will not, it'll get up a little bit because you're changing directions. You're doing a walking burpee is still a burpee, and you're in plank position. You're working your thighs and your glutes as you squeeze and come up out of the squat. Just the sheer change in directions is enough to get your heart rate up a little bit. And the next move is a full Monty burpee, which means you're going to be jumping your feet back, jumping your feet forward, and then standing up. And you're going to start that in 5 seconds. So keep going. Same move. You're squatting all the way down, jump both feet back to push-up position, then jump forward, then stand all the way up. And that time is going now as well. 30 seconds on the clock for this. Each move will be for 30 seconds. There are 20 moves in total, with the instructional component that I have to give you before a new move starts. The workout will be somewhere between 15 and 20, well, probably about 20 minutes in total, but that is totally sufficient. You're going to work your butt off here, okay? Now stand all the way up for me. Make a big X with your body, so plant your feet about double shoulder width apart, and then extend your arms up over your head straight. You want your elbows locked. Now bring your right elbow down and across your body as you bring your left knee up and across your body to meet in the middle. Then go back to your X, and then repeat on the opposite side with the right arm and the left arm and the right elbow. Sorry, left arm, right knee. Jeez, I'm confused. It's the right elbow, left knee, left elbow, right knee. That's what it is. And the 30 seconds is going, so keep moving. Hopefully I didn't confuse you too much there. It's just a big X, and you're doing what we call a standing bicycle crunch. And that means that you are bringing your opposite knee to elbow right in front of your tummy, really squeezing your abs. So focus on control in terms of that squeeze. You really want to contract all of those muscles, or all of that front ab muscle there, and then extend all the way back out, stretching out. And you've got 3 seconds left. We're going to do some hops, some bunny hops for 30 seconds. Keep a light sort of jump in terms of landing on the balls of your feet. Hopefully you're not wearing shoes for this workout. I actually really prefer people to not wear shoes. But you're either way landing lightly on the balls of your feet regardless of your footwear, and keeping a bend in the knee for shock absorption. So let's start the 30 seconds on your bunny hops now. Your hands can be by your sides, out to the sides, on your hips, whatever you want. You can add a little twist if you're already pretty fit and you want to do something different. You can add a lateral jump side to side. Very nice. You can jump on one leg. You're 15 seconds in. Lots of different ways that you can add jumping, which is so good for you. Plyometrics, fabulous way to activate neurotransmitters that send signals up your body and just wake everything up. And that's the essence of metabolism, right? You really want everything operating on all cylinders. Okay, now down on the floor. Here's where we start the intensity of the middle of our ab sandwich. This is the meat of our workout. We're going to start with a bird dog, so get down on your hands and knees. Your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Your knees are underneath your hips. Extend your right arm out, straight out with your palm facing your head. Your left leg extends straight out. So not up. You're not going up and out and up. You actually want to keep your shoulders parallel to the floor. You want your hips to be parallel to the floor. Now, alternate with the left arm straight out and the right leg. I'm going to start the 30 seconds now. You're going to extend all the way out, pause for a moment, and then return to start and alternate. 5 seconds in, so get that going. In a few minutes, we're actually going to do push-ups next, and then after that, we're going to go back to this move, only we're going to do an upside-down tummy crunch in this bird dog position. So it's something that you want to be really familiar with in terms of, hopefully you follow my workouts as it is anyway. I mean, there are hundreds of them at this point in terms of our podcast, and I never stray too far from the usual suspects. We just polish them up and sort of, use them in different sequences to make the workouts more interesting and fun. So a bird dog and the way that you move in this position should be fairly standard, and you should know this well because it's really, the bird dog move is so fantastic as a stabilizer for your back. Okay, push-ups are next. So if you're going to do your push-ups on your knees, which is fine, that's regulation, just a little bit easier. You want to make sure that there's a 45-degree angle between your thigh and your floor, which means you're really resting on the bottom of your thigh, not actually on the knee. And then if you're on your toes, you're on your toes. The 30 seconds is going to start now. Make sure you bend your elbows, lowering your body, inhaling on the way down, then exhale as you push back up. And don't pop. You want to control, smooth out the transition, especially when you're changing directions. Very nice. I know you can do this. We're almost halfway through the workout. I think we're on move number 7 here. You've got 10 more seconds of push-ups, so keep it going. Make sure you're really breathing in, really exhaling when you push back up. Finish the one you're on, and go right back down to the hands and knees position. We're going to start the bird, what we call a bird dog crunch. So extend the right arm out again. The left leg goes straight back. And now for 15 seconds, you're going to bring your elbow to your knee underneath your body, squeezing those abs once again, then extending straight out. Time starts now. Squeeze, extend, squeeze, extend. Keep that going. Really, really focused, controlled move. But if you do it right, it will pay dividends. You will get a lot out of this move. Go ahead and switch sides, by the way. The left arm now on the right leg. And time, 15 seconds starts now. Nice. Squeeze, extend, squeeze, extend. Inhale, exhale. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your hands now down to your forearms. Walk your feet out. We're going to do a standard plank for 30 seconds. Time starts now. Now, if you're good at planks and you need something else to do here, you can do a little corkscrew with your hips, dipping your hips. You can push forward and back with your feet. We call that a moving plank. You can invert your feet so that you're resting on the tops of your feet for a mermaid plank. You've got 6 seconds left. Either way, clench your butt cheeks and hang in there. Good. Okay, now turn to your left side. Let's work those side abs. We're going to do a side plank for 15 seconds, okay? So get yourself in the right position where your elbow is right underneath your shoulder. The top arm is floating, if you will, or on your hip. And 15 seconds starts now. Your feet are stacked. Good. Hang in there. If you need to do a crunch where you bring your elbow to your knee on the top, that is kind of a fun way to make this more challenging. And we're going to switch sides here in 3 seconds. Good. Okay, switch. Turn yourself over to the right side, or just whatever side you started with, do the opposite side now. So we're going to do the same thing as side plank. High school sit-ups are next. 15 seconds starts now on the side plank. And we're going to bend the knees, hold the feet down on the floor, and actually do full sit-ups. Coming up in 3 seconds. 2 and 1. Okay. Now, high school sit-ups aren't done quite so much because they force you to use the back in addition to the abs. So if for some reason you have a weak back, or you have such a weak tummy that your back absorbs all of your energy, then you just want to do regular crunches here. But if you're capable, if you're strong enough to do a high school sit-up, let's try to do some, okay? That means you're going to sit all the way up, touch your elbows to your knees all the way at the tippy top. All right, the 30 seconds time starts now. Make sure you exhale as you lift your body up. Try not to pull your head. That hurts your neck. So protect your neck by cupping the back of your neck. Or if you need to, you can bring your hands in front of your body if that's easier. But you're about halfway through with these high school sit-ups. Maybe you have a friend and you guys are able to sort of brace your feet together, or you can brace your feet underneath a piece of furniture. I've seen people do that. Actually, I did that with some clients this morning. 3 seconds left. Okay, good. Now, extend your arms down by your sides. What I want you to do now, these are called heel taps. So you're going to, your feet are still bent, or knees are still bent, and your feet are still on the floor. You're going to crunch up to the center, but then laterally extend your right arm around to the right side to tap the right heel with your right fingertips. Then go back to center, lower your head back to the floor, and then lift up again, laterally extend around to the left side. Tap the heel, the left heel with your left fingertips. Let's start the 30 seconds on that move now. Again, we call this a heel tap. And it seems probably fairly self-explanatory what it's working, those side oblique abdominal muscles. We've worked the internal abs and the relationship among the 3 layers of abdominal muscle with our plank and push-ups. And you probably didn't even realize this, but when you do a burpee, you're also having you're holding a plank for a short period of time. So you've worked that sort of component, the stability component in your planks, and now we're working on the individual muscles, and these are the side abs. You've got 2 more seconds. Okay, now we're going to do a total body crunch. Really focus on that middle rectus abdominis muscle right down the front of your body. You're going to bring your elbows, crunch your head and your shoulders and your rib cage up. Bring your elbows to your knees, up on top of your body, lifting your feet up off the floor, obviously, and then returning to start. Make sure your feet go all the way back to the floor. Make sure your head goes all the way back to the floor each time. 30 seconds starts now. Exhale as you crunch up. Inhale as you return to start. And control yourself. Really focus on squeezing. Really focus on the squeeze there. Keep it going. You're doing great, and we're getting close to finishing here. Going to do a reverse crunch next, and then something called a tabletop tricep dip, which, if you do my podcast workouts, you probably also know that that's one of my favorite positions, and it's one of my favorite ways to move in that position, and I'll explain why in a second. Let's get your feet up in the air completely now. Straighten your legs. Try to lock your knees with your feet up in the air like your body is made an L, the letter L. Hands down by the side, your sides, or up underneath your butt if you need the support. Take a deep breath in, and you're going to lift your feet and your legs and your butt up off the floor, and then lower down slowly. Do not let gravity get your butt back down to the floor. Okay, 30 seconds is going. Make sure that you exhale as you lift up, inhale, and slowly lower down. 10 seconds in. Very good. Very good. After the tabletop, which is coming up here in 10 seconds, we will be back up on our feet to finish up in motion the rest of the workout. And we're at time 14 minutes exactly right now, okay? So, now we're finished with that part. Now what I want you to do is bend your knees again. Your feet are back on the floor. Put your hands on the floor. Sit up, by the way, and put your hands on the floor behind you with your fingers facing forward. Lift your body up into a tabletop, meaning the top of the table is your torso, and the other part is your thighs and your torso. Then the legs of the table are your arms and your lower legs. Now, the tabletop tricep dip is one of my favorites because when you press your toes into the floor, you also activate the back of the leg and help your body get supported a little bit more in terms of your body weight with your glutes and your hamstrings instead of your lower back and your thighs taking all the sort of structural support. So bend your elbows, Exhale, lift back up. Bend your elbows as you inhale. Your body will lower down, obviously. Then you exhale and push back up. 10 seconds in, 20 seconds to go. Very, very good for you. Just getting into this position is good for you. And I'll tell you why. Most people who sit at desks all day long have curled shoulders and closed chest muscles. At the very least, you're opening up, you're expanding your range of motion in the chest and through the shoulder muscles. So it's a really good thing to sort of orient your body in different ways as you work out so that you can, maintain the greater range of motion and therefore better function in your life. Okay, stand on up for me. We're going right into some jumping jacks. Here's the last part of our sandwich, covering it up with some standing moves. We've got 5 or 6 standing moves we're going to finish up with here. So jumping jacks are first. Make them active. Good jumping jacks. Slight bend in the knee, landing lightly on the balls of your feet, and keeping your arms straight. Slight bend maybe, but you want to touch at the top. Control your arms. No wet noodles. All right, get going if you haven't already. Let's finish up strong here. This is a really, really important way to feel comfortable working out without a gym, and hopefully this is your, this is my mantra. I'm sure you know, skipping the gym and having no guilt. I have no guilt about the fact that I haven't been in a gym to work out for myself for 8 years. 8 years, and I'm in the best shape of my life at 43 years old. So there's no need. I don't use weights. I do use a resistance band here and there every once in a while, but that's it. Okay, let's do a squat. So plant your feet shoulder width apart. Make sure that your toes and heels are squared off. You don't want your toes turning out. And then take a deep breath in. Sit down in an imaginary chair. Don't let your knees do not go past the tips of your toes. That is a no-no. You want to sit down and back. Squeeze your glutes as you come up and keep it going. 15 seconds is about where we are in terms of your time. You've got good 10 seconds left here. Start moving a little bit faster. This is a squat, but it's really, with a squat you don't need to do so many of them, but then it's fun sometimes at the end to make it a little bit faster just to get your heart rate up. Okay, congratulations. You're down to the last 4 moves. We're going to do a reverse lunge now. So stand up tall, make sure your abs are engaged, tuck in your tailbone once again. Take a big step back with your right leg. Bend both knees to 90 degrees, lowering your torso straight down. Then push off with the right leg, return to start. Take a big step back with the left leg. I'll go ahead and start the 30 seconds now for you. Your hands can be on your hips, your hands can be out by your sides. And yeah, if you are really strong and you've got already a good base, this might seem a little bit boring, so you could add a curtsy lunge or do a lateral reverse lunge, if you will. Kind of step out, back and out to the side. You can do some pulsing at the bottom, which is always fun. You can do reverse and a forward combo lunge. You've got 10 seconds left. Actually, it's more like 5. Finish the one that you're on. And we're going to a stationary shuffle here. So this is kind of like a fast foot, like you might see football practice, sort of fast foot shuffle. So you're just sort of jogging, but really just tapping your feet lightly on the balls of your feet as fast as you can. Your hands can be up in the air. I actually call that crazy monkey, where your hands sort of like do a little similar kind of maneuver up in the air. Either way, keep it going. 15 more seconds. Finishing with some intense cardio here, just to make you feel like you've done a really great job, which you have. This is not an easy workout. We call this the ab sandwich workout because the ab stuff is all in the middle. We often finish with abs. So it's just kind of fun to do more after you've fatigued your abs. We know they're engaged because we have engaged them fully by doing all of the ab moves. And 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now skip in place. Get those knees up. Don't stop. Going right into the 30 seconds for your skip. Knees up, swing the arms forward and back like you're little kids skipping down the street. Sorry, if you're a boy and you think that this is sort of goofy, that's too bad. Working the glutes a little bit more at the end here. And last 10 seconds, you can do it. We're right at 20 minutes here. 5, 4, 3, 2, walk it out. Just walk it out. Make sure that you're taking a couple of really deep breaths. Maybe do a stretch of your shoulders as you're walking your feet out. Just bringing your heart rate back down, cooling it down a little tiny bit. 20 more seconds. In New York City, it's supposed to start snowing. Well, today's Friday when I'm doing this workout. It's the workout that's going into our newsletter for this coming week. So hopefully you get the newsletter. If not, go to inshape-fitness.com. It's a free newsletter we send out every week on Saturday with a meatless Monday recipe, which this week I'm making a chana masala Indian food with chickpeas and yummy spicy tomato sauce. So check it out and visit me again next week. We'll be back next week with another episode of the In Shape Fitness Show. And of course, starting on Monday morning, a new series for next week for muscle maintenance. I'm Kim Watkins from In Shape Fitness, and I will see you very soon. Have a great day.